Welcome everybody to Houston as you get a look at Minute Maid Park, the home of the defending world champion Houston Astros, as the Mariners and their fans getting ready for Game 2. This 4-game set here, an important August series in a pennant race. We welcome you to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew on hand here. Got the roof keeping us nice and cool and air conditioned as we get ready for a matchup against the Mariner team feeling real good about itself after an 8-6 win last night as they beat Justin Verlander. Tonight, another tall task. Garrett Cole, 5th in ERA, 9th in innings pitched, tied for 2nd in strikeouts. He's a good one. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face him tonight.
American Starting Lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. The Mariners 3rd in average in the American League. And Mitch Haniger, things went really well at the top of the lineup yesterday. Mitch Haniger with 4 hits, his 19th home run in yesterday's game. Also had a couple of doubles. Denard Span hitting 2nd. He was 3 for 3 with his 9th home run. And James Segura moves to the 3 spot. He had 3 hits last night, again with his 9th home run. Garrett Cole, again, the power pitcher. This will be his 24th start, a 2.64 ERA and 146 in the 3rd. He has 202 strikeouts, over 49 walks. Opponents hitting just 185 against Cole. And the defense, Josh Reddick will get the start in right field. Came into the game as a pinch hitter in last night's game. Carlos Correa just off the disabled list, so this will be his first start in quite a while. He'll be at shortstop. Martin Maldonado will do the catching.
Cole, 27-year-old from Newport Beach, California. Big kid, 6'4", 225. First-round pick of the Yankees in 08. Passed up that one. Then the Pirates got him in the first round in 2011. First year with the Astros. He went 59-42 with Pittsburgh and having a good year here with the Astros.
It'll be his 3rd start against the Mariners. In his last outing, one of the things that we saw to the right-handed hitters, a good fastball again on average at 97 miles an hour, and he would use his slider off the plate to try to get him to chase it. To the left-handers, he would use his curveball a little bit more. But his fastball has been his best pitch. Opponents hitting just 164 against his fastball.
How about the rollicking start last night? Mitch Haniger against Verlander, homered, lead off the ball game. This first pitch strike, and we are underway. Haniger last night 4 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, a home run, and 2 doubles. I was talking to him earlier, minor leagues, batted anywhere from 1 through 9 in the minor leagues, but last night was his first night leading off in the bigs. StatCast AI powered by AWS. Home plate umpire Doug Eddings, Joe West at first, Mark Ripperger at 2nd, and Nick Lentz is at 3rd. Breaking ball note. When was the last time we reported this, Mike? 79 degrees in Houston on the 10th of August. Way down. It was up in the 90s earlier at lunchtime. There's 2-1.
You mentioned it with the roof closed. Maybe they had a shower.
Yeah, I did. I got a couple of alerts as Maldonado puts that away. How about the emotional and uplifting win last night for this ball club? I mean, they come out dragging butt, losing 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, come in here and get after Verlander from minute 1.
Well, it's amazing what scoring runs early in a ball game will do for you. And the Mariners were able to score 3 runs in the first, then 3 runs in the second. They also knew that they had James Paxton on the mound. Pax had to work hard last night, but he was able to hold down Houston. So a lot of positives early in the ball game. Kind of change your attitude a little bit.
There's Denard Span, 3 for 3, a homer, 3 RBIs last night. There's Big Pax. Took his record to 10-5. Going 5 2/3, a 7-hit, 4-run ball. This one popped up. Bregman, long run. Oh my goodness, what a catch. That's a fine play.
He had been playing shortstop for the Astros while Correa was on the DL. He is their everyday 3rd baseman. And he is going to be a good player for them for a long time.
Well done.
Saw a couple of pop-ups so far, both of them on the high fastball.
Going right back to where he left them. Here's Segura, and it's interesting. Scott Service was talking about my 3-hole hitter last night as he lines out, was pretty doggone excited about batting third.
I bet.
And Cole goes 7 pitches. They get 3 quick outs. We're underway here in Houston. Oh, here we go. Mike Leake looking for his first win since the 23rd of June when he was just brilliant at the Boston Red Sox. Over his last 7 games, 0-3 with a 4.28. He's due for a victory. Here's a look at the lineup.
Tony Kemp will lead things off. Good night for him last night. He had 3 hits, hitting 9th. They'll move him up and lead him off today. Carlos Correa, again, just off the disabled list in the lineup and hitting 3rd. Jake Marisnick will round out the 9 for Houston.
Vanderbilt's Tony Kemp had a heck of a game last night. 3 for 4, couple of runs batted in, a run scored, and a fabulous catch, leaping catch in the gap in right center field. He's in left field tonight.
For Mike Leake, this will be his 24th start of the year, a 4.16 ERA and 140 2/3. He has 86 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .278 against Mike.
Ball 2 strikes to Kemp.
He has all the pitches and he will use them all. His average fastball is 89 miles an hour, but he has some run to it. Try to keep it on the ground if he can.
You bet. To that very point, I asked Scott Service, give me some keys for Mike. He said, getting the ball on the ground. So I guess Houston's going to be very aggressive. So 20 and 21 out. 20 or 21 outs would be nice, but I'll take 18.
Well, and I think, and you mentioned Houston being aggressive, I think that they will be. They typically are. For Mike, when you watch him pitch, typically he gets the ball in play early. He throws a lot of strikes. I mentioned that he hasn't walked anybody in his last 3 outings. So if he has good command or quality pitches, he might have some quick innings here this evening.
3-2 the count to Tony Kemp. Hitting .450 against the Mariners this season. Strike 3 call. Good start, Mike Leake, 1 down. He'll take it too.
That'll be a good sign if he continues to get that fastball just off the outside corner. And for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger is getting the start out in right field. He has really been good for the Mariners this year, not just offensively, but defensively, having a fantastic year. Seager and Healy on the corners. Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Haniger out there with 10 assists, leads the American League. Here's Bregman, 1 for 5 last night. Cooled off after a hot June. Did a nice job filling in at shortstop with Correa out. Correa's on deck. 1-1. There's Carlos.
Had some lower back issues and had to go on the disabled list. That looked like the slider. For Mike, fastball, cutter, slider, curve, changeup. Primarily, he'll go fastball, cutter, change.
All in 2 strikes to Alex Bregman. Turned back the clock night to 1979, hence the uniforms. Off the fist. Leak, very good athlete. Well done, 2 down. 1979 brings back what memories, Mike Flowers?
Well, for me, my dad was in the service, as you know, and we were stationed out to Fort Lewis from Germany. We were living in Germany, so I went to Fort Lewis in 1979. So going to the Mariners game in the Kingdom, this was the first uniform that I saw as far as a big league player goes live.
Wow. Remember,
so
these colors are vivid, Jay.
They are. I'm thinking maybe it was a foul ball as he takes a swing at this.
Close.
That's close. Hard to tell. Sometimes you can tell by the hitter's reaction. Exactly. He gets out of the box right away, but now he grimaces a little bit, and then he's saying to hit his foot.
Yeah, there it is. 1979. Let me think. Let's see. 4th year. Newspaper writer, Daily News of New York, covering the New Jersey Nets, and I just covered the NCAA Regional Mid-East Finals. Magic Johnson, Michigan State beating Notre Dame. Magic threw about 6 alley-oops to Greg Kelser to get him to the Final Four that year. Wasn't bad.
That's pretty good. We'll take another look. Primera Supermo. There's a 2-seam fastball running back in on him.
I like your point that Bregman grimaced and pointed back.
Yeah.
You hear that a lot. The batter will tell you.
Doesn't look like AJ Hinch. Yeah, they're not going to win it.
AJ just waved it. Joe, it's going to blow off wave. All right, you know, Joe will file that one for later on in the ball game.
It was a good play by Mike Lee. Not surprised trying to get to it, but he had a little bit of a bobble, but he didn't panic. He made sure he had a good grip on the baseball and a strong throw to first.
Here's Correa back from the DL. Went on the DL on the 26th of June. Missed 36 games. Astros went 21-15. He had lower back soreness. And as you know, a terrific player. Correa 1 for 3 against Mike Leake. Two down, nobody on here in the first. Straight up in the infield, outfield shaded a little bit towards right. As the count goes to 3-0. How the Mariners are placed. Way outside, a 4-pitch walk. First base runner of the ball game.
First walk for Mike since the All-Star break.
That will bring up Josh Reddick. He's starting in right field tonight. He's career 1 for 8 against Leake.
248 with 12 home runs.
Oh for 1 last night for Josh. Broken bat ground ball. D. Gordon right there, inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. To the 2nd inning we go. We'll get Cruz, Seager, and Zunino upon our return. By Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Albert Lee Appliance. Don't miss Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Sale, August 11th and 12th. Good to have you with us from Houston. No score in the second inning. Went to lunch with a friend today. Man, this is a big town. 20-minute ride. Where are we going? Down to Cajun Place. It was very nice. They were playing Zydeco music and Dixieland. Little fried tilapia. It was worth it.
You enjoyed it. Good.
Yeah. Mr. Cruz, 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. Now at 266, 30 home runs, 73 runs batted in.
Another high fastball, 95 miles an hour, borderline top of the zone.
How about that last time when we saw him back on the 30th, Garrett Cole. He was bringing heat. Now he rips one in the gap. All the way to the fence. And the big man with a leadoff double here in the Mariners' second, his 12th double of the season. Well, he turned that thing around.
Well, Nelson has been hot. He can hit anybody's fastball. This fastball, 96 miles an hour. They're trying to go to the outside corner. He leaves it middle in. The real key, though, is it's down a little bit, probably just below the belt. He just drops the barrel on it. Screaming line drive out into the gap.
Here's Kyle Seager, 2 for 5 last night. 19 homers, 61 runs batted in. As everybody does, he put the shift on. Bregman by his lonesome on the third base side. This one fouled off.
Kyle has really been heating up lately. You and I have talked about it, Dave, him pulling the ball with authority and that hitch with his hands where he was dropping his hands and then trying to get him back up again and then swinging. And the reason why he did that, he wanted to drive the ball the other way, but he was missing the fastball, so he's gone back to where he's just trying to push his hands back and not drop them so much. And probably over his last week, 7-8 games anyway, he has been really good on anything that's been middle to middle in.
Got to work here. He's behind 0-2.
It's a big, good challenge. It's one of the better fastballs that the Mariners are going to see.
Mariners 8 runs last night were more than they scored in a 3-game series recently played in Seattle. They scored a total of 7 runs in those 3 games, losing 2 out of 3. So a whole bunch of levels. I know you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low, but that was much needed. It hit the spot last night.
It was, especially against a pitcher like Verlander. To score 6 runs in the first 2 innings, he gets ejected from the game. But it also last night showed the importance, especially in this ballpark, of adding on if you are able to score early.
Yeah, 3 in the first, 3 in the second. They added 2 more in the 6th. Thank goodness.
That was
the
the difference.
Astros, you bet. Astros came back with 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. Verlander, he was bidding for career win number 200. 1-2 to Kyle. Swing and a miss, breaking ball. Down, first strikeout for Garrett Cole.
Pretty good curveball again. To the left-handers, he will use his curveball a little bit more. To the righties, it'll be the slider. That curveball at 83 miles an hour.
Cole with that strikeout has 207. Now he is tied with Chris Sale of the Red Sox atop the American League. Brings up Mike Zunino.
All of his pitches are plus pitches. I mentioned his fastball, and opponent's hitting 164. They're hitting 209 on his slider, 208 on his curveball, and 188 on his changeup. Don't miss a mistake.
And then you look at his record, you look at this offensive team, and how the heck did he lose 4 games? He's 10-4 coming in.
Well, one of them we just saw. The Mariners beat him 2-1.
Yeah.
And it was Paxton on the mound.
And Pax was dealing that night. Opponent's hitting just 185 total. For Cole. Mariners 1979 helmets did not make the deliveries that they're wearing. 2018. Here's a throw down to second. Maldonado keeping Nelly close. Haven't we seen enough of that? He's got a cannon.
Oh, he has quick feet and one of the stronger throwing arms that you're going to see.
Marwin Gonzalez sneaking in. 2-1 to Zunino.
For Nelson, just trying to get a good secondary lead so that he could score on a base hit.
Keeping him honest. 2-1. Counted it's a 2-2. One out. Runner at second. Leadoff double Nelson Cruz.
That is tough right there. 98 miles an hour on the outside corner at the knees.
Cap tipper.
You have to. Not going to do much with that.
Time call. Colba's looking at Nelly like it was Vince Coleman or somebody out there.
Not happy right now.
We've seen a lot of that late umpires giving late timeouts. A lot.
They don't have to give you the timeout, and that's the reason why the pitchers will get upset if it's late. Once they start their motion, they don't want to be stopped, and if it gets really close, they're going to get upset. They expect the umpire to not give it to the hitter.
Strike three called.
Well, Mike doesn't like it. He thought it was up. And here's a fastball, 98 miles an hour. EQC Tracer had it at the top of the strike zone. Mike thinks it's up out of the zone. And for Cole, you look at last year and the difference to this year, and it is that high fastball. You can see the whip percentage on his fastball this year compared to last year. The pop-ups, we've already seen that is up. So it's a real weapon for him. And
like that average height.
Yeah, the thing that makes it difficult in today's game is just like we just saw, they will call that pitch a strike. It used to be that you could, especially with somebody that had this type of velocity, you could try to get him down in the zone and just take that pitch, and they typically would call it a ball. But for the hitters today, it makes it even more difficult because it's a strike and they're going to call it, and it's tough to get to.
And it's not like a lot of the umpires have gotten away from that personal strike zone. They're doing a better job of calling the high strike as it's legislated.
That's exactly right.
Bregman does a good job throwing on the run. He retires Healy. Leadoff double goes for naught. No score here in Houston. Transit.org. Boy, do we have a contrast of styles in pitching. Garrett Cole upwards of 100 miles an hour, and Mike Leake finessing. A lot of breaking balls, looking for a lot of ground balls here against this Houston ball club. Yuli Gurriel leading off. Turn back the clock day. That's why the old school uniforms of 1979. And they're using the old graphics package, which was state of the art back in the day at the Astrodome. And they played I would say what, a documentary or an in-house film of the early days of the Astrodome, showing the original Mercury 7 astronauts throwing out the first pitch of the first game in the Astrodome. Mike, for me, that's a history lesson. I remember living through all that stuff.
You know, but you know what? Watching that, which was really neat to see, and they had a bunch of the commercials from them too that we all would recognize. But I thought it was interesting when they had opening day, how dressed up everybody was in the ballpark.
Good point.
Coat and tie for everyone.
Right. Wow. That's pretty well stroked. Maben gliding over. It's like the change people used to when they would go to Broadway shows, would get dressed up. Now you have to, dude, you really going to Broadway show with flip-flops? What are you doing? Mariners hosted the All-Star game in '79, 6th in the AOS. Willie Horton, one of the great men in baseball. You betcha. 29 and 106. That works. Mike Parrott led the team with 14 wins. And Bruce Bochy, the All-Star. Is that the year Parker threw out Brian Downing at home plate with one of the most magnificent throws you ever want to see? I was talking to Hall of Famer Craig Biggio about great throws. He started naming great right fielders. And one of them, Dewey Evans, of course, with the Boston Red Sox. And then Craig got into this whole thing about, you know, the way they play the game now, you're not allowed to break up double plays. There's nothing at home plate. And I just remember in that throw, there's Bish, and Parker's throw to Gary Carter was on the right on the money, and Carter did a great job blocking the plate and getting a piece of Downing at the same time.
It's a great throw, one of the best throws that you're going to see. I thought it was interesting. I was talking to Gary Hill today, and Baseball America came out, I think it was 30 years, and it basically was talking about, you know, we're talking about baseball time and 5-tool players and all that stuff. They were talking about the different things, and when you talk about right fielders and throws, out of the 30-year stretch, I think Ichiro was listed as the best for the 9-year stretch, and Jay was on there for 5 or 6 years, something like that. Yeah. So the Mariners have had some right fielders that can throw.
So big-time arms. Of course, Mr. Niehouse's call, if that's something out of space, Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
When they got, who was it, Terrence Long, right?
Yeah, in Oakland.
In Oakland with just a ridiculous throw. And that was one of the things Biggio was talking about. He says, show me the right fielders or outfielders that when they throw the ball, it's right, and you as a third baseman can appreciate this, it's chest high when you get it on the fly. That's big time.
That is on line.
Yeah.
And it's a throw that can be cut off if it needs to be.
Arwin Gonzalez spat it in a 2-hole last night. Drove in 2 runs. Hits this one hard past the diving Healy. Haniger's going to get it in, and he dared him to run. Yeah, go ahead, run. Hard smash base hit. Haniger got to it quickly. American League leader in assists with 10.
That's the first base hit for Houston, and he's going to turn on it. This pitch is in off the plate. Just barreled it up. Nice carom out to Haniger in right field. An easy play for him. Tyler White, the DH tonight.
He had a good night, 2 for 4, drove in a couple.
Had a home run last night.
Sure did. And that was off Mr. Diaz. That's the one where he was behind 0-2, 2 out, nobody on. And it said fastball, he would slider it. Killed it.
He's been hot last 10 games.
Working inside. 86 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 140 innings for Leake coming into today's game. Segura and Gordon at double play depth. Runner goes. Throw by Zunino. Oh, to get him hung up. This is D's gonna run him, just run him down. He knew he had no chance of outrunning D. Gordon. Great throw by Zunino.
Great throw by Mike.
Ooh, look at that.
Watch Gonzalez when he was walking off the field and he was looking towards White. I don't think that would be a hit and run situation for White. Mike has really done an excellent job this year throwing out runners.
I can't remember seeing a concession like that in a long time. I mean, that throw was so strong and pure. He got on a hanger. Hit it foul.
It was his curveball and he left it middle in. They wanted to go to the outer half of the plate. That's where Mike was set up. He just missed his location. Able to get away with it. Maybe he can make a better pitch here. 33 pitches, 19 strikes.
Two outs here. Payoff pitch. Ground ball. Seager. Good hop for him. Getting over. Great play by Mike Zunino, throwing out Marwin Gonzalez. We'll have Maben, Gordon, and Haniger swinging the bats. Coming up. Bell out the lyrics to some of your favorite songs with thousands of fellow Mariner fans. Sing Along Fireworks Night presented by T-Mobile. All takes place Friday, August 17th. Mariners host the Dodgers. 7:10 start time. Great seats remain at mariners.com. What speedy recovery. Kenley Jansen, regular heartbeat, out for about the next month. The outstanding reliever, closer for the Dodgers. That's scary stuff.
All that happened last night.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Cameron Maben leading off, 1 for 4 last night. Jumps on the first pitch. Riznik steps to his left, 1 out. Boy, watching the standings minute by minute, so important this time of year. Down to 7 games behind the Astros in the wild card chase, 2.5 off the pace. A lot of games with Oakland and 3 more with the Yankees, so it is right in the hands of the Mariners. Here's D. Gordon, third baseman. Bregman way in, as everybody has been the last, what, 3-4 series?
Yeah, I would say so. Trying to take the bunt away from D. He hitting 9th in the lineup tonight.
I think the White Sox third baseman might have been the closest. Looked like he was at Little League depth.
I wonder if that's because the coach pulled them all the way in. Sometimes the coaches are going to position you, and you just look at them. How close do you need me to get?
Waving you?
Yeah, exactly.
Bregman went back to standard position here.
Yeah, with 2 strikes.
He 0 for 3 with a run scored last night. Foul.
99 miles an hour with that fastball.
Kid's feeling good.
He is. Last inning he was at 98 consistently. He did good numbers against Cole though. Hitting 364. Rangers getting after the Yankees tonight.
Bregman to his left. I don't think in this series back in Seattle, nor last night in County tonight, we've seen him set and throw at all. He's done almost every throw on the run.
I think you're right about that. He was a shortstop in college.
LSU.
Yeah.
Top of the order, here comes Mitch Haniger for the second time.
But he wasn't going to play shortstop for Houston. Certainly wasn't going to move over to second base. So
right.
Let's try third. He's done well.
Jose Altuve. They're hoping for the end of the month to have him back. Altuve's year was so good, he's still in top 10 in many categories. Bouncing ball, here's Correa. Got a pretty good arm himself. 8 pitches for Cole. Man, is he efficient. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. No score. Scoreless ball game here in Houston. Second game of 4 against the Astros. We take a look at the IBEW. Nika investing in our future. Congratulations to the folks down at AA Arkansas. Mariners extend the agreement with Arkansas through the 2020 season. They won the Texas League North Division title first half to qualify for the playoffs. And first baseman Joey Curletto leads the league in RBIs with 83. Way to go, Joey. Congratulations, folks. Here's Martin Maldonado, the catcher, 1 for 3 in last night's game. Mike already getting in an 0-2 hole.
You mentioned it earlier, Dave, that in this pitching matchup with Cole and Leake, they go about their business a little bit differently, but Mike right now matching him, giving up just the one hit. It was a single.
Fouled off. Lake trying to get back to the form he showed in June when he went 3-1 in 6 games, a 2.57 ERA. He's thrown some good ones. I thought that game at Boston was fabulous. 8-4 win. He went 8 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and that was a game they had to get Edwin Diaz in because the Mariners have been struggling a little bit and they had to get him some work. But Mike could have easily finished that game. July, a different story as Maldonado. He's worked up a sweat behind the mound, behind the dish. July, a different story for Mike. 0-3 with a 4.78. Maldonado, Marisnik, and Tony Kemp 8-9-1 here in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2nd strikeout for Mike Leake.
Pretty good fastball at 91 miles an hour. Doesn't do it a lot. He'll pick his spots, but every now and then he will elevate a fastball, and that's one of his better ones at 91 miles an hour. Typically he's down in the zone with a couple of strikes. We'll pick up a strikeout, going right to the top of the zone.
Brings up center fielder Jake Marisnik. Off the fist. D. Gordon tracking. Here comes Haniger, calling him off. 2 down. Good range over there with D. and Haniger. One of the premier series of the summer. It's right around the corner. Join the Mariners at Safeco Field August 17th through the 19th. They're going to host the LA Dodgers for a summertime series of action-packed baseball, fireworks, and good times. So head to Mariners.com for seats. Quick 2 outs, top of the order. Tony Kemp took a called 3rd strike on a 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball for strike. Another good, efficient inning for Mike Leake. 8 pitches for him. Just 42 through the first 3 innings in a scoreless battle. Take a 9-inning lunch break and enjoy matinee baseball at Safeco Field on August 22nd when the Mariners host these Astros. Special 1:10 start time. Round up your friends, clients, and co-workers by heading to mariners.com for tickets. 2-3-4 coming up here for the Mariners. Span, Segura, Cruz against Garrett Cole, who struck out 2 so far, giving up just 1 hit. That 1 hit was a Nelson Cruz leadoff double in the 2nd inning.
All right, now the Mariners are really being aggressive on the fastball early. So through the first 3 innings, Cole throwing just 30 pitches. See if Denard can slow him down a little bit.
If anybody can, he will. The way he goes about his at-bats. And Correa backhands nicely in the shift, 1 out. Sharply hit. But nothing to show for it. Brings up Gene Segura.
It's one of those things you can't blame the guys for not wanting to fall behind. We talked about the strikeouts, over 200 for Cole. But if you get into that swing mode, you can have some quick outs and some quick innings for him, which will keep him around in the ball game. So it's pluses and minuses to it. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Hopefully somebody can catch up to a fastball and maybe hit one in the seats.
Cole with 2 strikeouts tonight now and has taken over the lead in the American League with 208.
Segura with a home run last night, his 9th.
Strokes this one well. Left fielder's going to run it down. Tony Kemp. Boy, he's a good outfielder. He ran down another one last night that was outstanding. Leaping catch in the gap in right center. 2 away. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday to find out your fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com.
And then you can also end up with an inning sort of like this, in that you hit the ball hard a couple of times. Gene ends up slipping and falling. He looks like he's fine. But you end up hitting the ball hard a couple of times, and they're outs. So instead of having a couple of base runners, you have 2 quick outs here in the inning.
No, he didn't like that call by Doug Eddings. 0-1.
It's the high fastball again.
Breaking ball, swings through that.
And the other thing with Cole is it's not just dominating stuff, but 36 pitches now, 28 strikes. So he's also been very aggressive in the zone.
Oh, 1. Cole out of UCLA. Trevor Bauer, teammates. Bauer having a great year with Cleveland. That's right, 3 call.
He's telling him right now he can't have both of those. One up and 1 down. One of them has to be a ball, the other has to be a strike. He is not happy about it.
Boy, and you know it's bad if Nelly protests to that degree. 8 pitches for Cole, still scoreless. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com. And by Country Financial, when it comes to planning your future, start with simple steps today at countryfinancial.com. Wilson Cruz called out on strikes. Third K tonight by Garrett Cole ends the top of the fourth. Swinging is Bregman. Scott Service talking to Doug Eddings.
That was the last strike he was saying is down out of the strike zone. And I think the main thing as a hitter is which side of the plate is it going to be on, or if you call the high strike and the low strike, if they're borderline pitches, you can't all be strikes, and that's what the complaint was, is Bregman will pick up a base hit to lead off the fourth. And I don't blame Nelson. It looked to me as if you're going to give him that first pitch, which he wasn't happy about, then that last pitch, if it's borderline, it has to be a ball.
Second Astros hit. Gonzalez had a hard hit single on first base line. The leadoff single by Bregman brings up Carlos Correa. Just back from the DL, walked on 4 pitches in the first inning. Boston losing at Baltimore 8-5. Rangers have opened up a can on the Yankees at the stadium 9-1 in the 6th. A's take on the Angels coming up at 7:07 Pacific time. A's are at Anaheim. Ball 1. To Correa, has not seen a strike yet. Bregman back.
Start of the game, we were talking about Mike and his ability to keep the ball on the ground, and it was going to be important tonight. His ground ball rates, when you look at his different pitches, really goes down to his fastball and his changeup. That's what he will go to if he wants to get a double play.
First strike of the night to Carlos Correa, 2-1. Gene and D, double play depth up the middle. Seager stepping a dive from the line. Foul ball the other way.
A couple of good cutters outside corner to get back in the count. One of the things that makes it so difficult with Mike when he is on his game and able to locate. You just don't know which direction the baseball is going to go in. Good two-seamer in on your hands as a right-hander, the cutter off the plate away, and he can do the same thing to the lefties.
Keeping Bregman close. Now it's 8 out of 12. They didn't, in 1979, they didn't have the easy bake oven mitten at first.
No, they didn't.
Protect those fingers, the thumb in particular. Swing and a miss. Fine pitch by Mike Leake. His 3rd strikeout.
That was a slider, expanding the zone. A couple of cutters on the outside corner, and then off the plate away with a slider at 82 miles an hour. A weak swing. This is Correa's first game back from being on the disabled list. Might be a little rusty.
Let him get well when we're somewhere in San Francisco.
That was a good idea.
Here's Reddick, grounded out the 2nd. Good stop by Zunino. 101. Again, tremendous contrast in styles. Leak pretty crafty, up, down, in, out, change of speed. Young horse, Garrett Cole. I got 98, boys. Here it comes. Breaking ball into dirt, 2-1. Foul ball. Contacted well there by Reddick. 2-2.
He's able to get Reddick out on a changeup, but he's pitched him inside in this at bat. Get that cutter in on his hands.
Four base runners in this game so far as we play bottom four. 2-2 pitch. Couldn't get him off. Full count.
Had him set up, just missed the outside corner. 4 pitches inside. Reddick probably was looking in there and just missed the outside corner, but he had him set up for that pitch. It's a cutter.
3-2 pitch, runner goes, and through the whole base hit. Bregman will get the third, he'll hold there. First and third, double play still in order. Willie Gurriel will be coming up.
Out over the plate. Looks like a two-seam fastball. Finds a hole on the right side. Bregman was running on the pitch, so he gets the third without a play. Gurriel flew out to center field his first time up.
Career 2 for 7 from against Leak. There's a double play opportunity. Gene D, there's one. Rackham. Yes, sir. Right on time. Just what Mike Leake needed. Keep this a scoreless ball game. These boys turned a gorgeous double play.
You can see how quickly they were able to turn it. And Healy stretching out just to make sure. Key to it was Segura. That second hop had a lot of top spin on it. And sometimes when you catch it, tough time to get it back out of your glove. That's usually when you'll see that double clutch, but didn't happen that time. Fielded it cleanly. Big double play for Mike Leake. First time he was in any trouble at all so far in the game.
Seeger, Zunino, and Healy here in the fifth. Now first time up, struck out on a 1-2 pitch.
One of the few changeups we've seen.
Ball, 2 strikes. Cole struck out 3. He's taken over the American League lead in strikeouts of 209. Hasn't walked anybody. Gave up a base hit, a double. Ellie Cruz leading off the second. Mariners could not move him around. Some serious heat.
98, top of the zone.
1 away. 4th strikeout for Cole. Time now for a CenturyLink What's Next. Coming up Saturday, Wade LeBlanc against Charlie Morton. Morton was outstanding when we saw him back in Seattle. Felix originally scheduled for Sunday, scratched, moved to the bullpen. We'll see Dallas Keuchel. What do you think of the move to the bullpen for Felix?
I thought it was interesting, but now we'll just have to wait and see really how it's going to work out for Felix. He's been a starter obviously for his entire career. He hasn't been out in the bullpen, so one, how they're going to use him and how Felix will be able to handle that just because he hasn't done it. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
There's Correa. Throws out Mike Zunino.
Well, watching today, he was out with all the relievers. Typically they come out early, they stretch and run and throw, and Felix was out for all of that stuff. And so we'll have to wait and see. It sounded like Scott was saying that he was going to bring him in when he started an inning. If there was traffic, he was not going to bring him in that type of situation, probably because it will take him a little bit longer to get ready.
After all these years of getting ready as a starter, you can't expect him to but warm up like real quick like Nick Vincent or Diaz or any of the other fellas out there.
Exactly.
Quick 2 outs. Here's Healy grounded out to third.
See so many guys with velocity, Dave, and tell me what you think. I think so many of them, it's with no effort. You look at Paxton, it's no effort, 97. But Cole, though, he's a max effort guy. You can tell when he's throwing his fastball, everything but a grunt happening out there.
He's pushing off hard and coming right at you.
Right. He is a max effort guy.
And you forget, been down there on the mound, but you forget how high the mound is, and it used to be higher, obviously, before 1968. And he's using it to his advantage.
And he's staying at the top of the zone with that plus velocity, and it's just so difficult to hit. And if you have an umpire that's going to call it a strike, it makes it even tougher. As Healy gets a piece of a slider just off the outside corner.
That was a hard slider, too.
89 miles an hour.
1-2. If somebody can time one of these fastballs, get it up in the air, it is going to go.
And here you go.
Boy, he reaches out with that front leg, man.
Yeah, it's max effort. The Mariners have timed it up a couple of times. The double by Cruz just didn't elevate. It was on a line, and both times really was Segura. He's lined out a couple of times.
Good job by Healy to get a piece of that.
Just staying with that slider off the plate away.
Healy 0 for 1 tonight, looking to get turned around, get back to his June form. He's 0 for his last 11. 2 for his last 17. He is ready to heat up again. And strikes out here. That is the 5th strikeout for Cole, which is 211 on the season. What a battle we have here in Houston. Legends weekend here in Houston. Folks, that man can throw a baseball. 10 years, 107 wins, 71 losses. And you want to talk about breaking the speed gun. Wow.
Yeah, he was throwing 100 miles an hour. And
Back in the early 70s. Stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines.
And I would say he was a little bit intimidating out on the mound.
Hey, man, talk about 6'8", 222.
Yeah.
And if you got a beef, there weren't any volunteers going to get him.
I'd like to disagree on the 222, by the way.
It was well, he was 18 years old at the time.
Okay.
That's a big man.
Yeah. And you're right. He could really throw a baseball.
1,493 strikeouts in 1,606 innings. There's Gonzalez, White, and Maldonado. Hard hit, base hit to right field, but kicked off the sidewall right to Haniger. Got it in quickly, blunting any thoughts of Gonzalez going for two. He'd have been out by a mile. Then he tried to steal, and Zunino threw an absolute seed to D. Gordon. D ran down Gonzalez, who got about a third, maybe a halfway, and said, uh-oh. He was a dead duck. Look at J.R. Richards' number. 1978, 303 strikeouts. Came back the next year with 313. Made the All-Star team in 1980.
How many innings did he throw those years?
292. Different world, my man. Different world. Base hit Gonzalez, his second. Mariner fans, save time and money when you use the Link Light Rail to come to your next Mariners game. It's both affordable and convenient with Safeco Field just 15 minutes from the UW station and 33 from Angle Lake. For more information, visit mariners.com/go. Glad you asked about the innings, because I have to get used to that. It feels like we're on a different planet now from what those cats did and what they're doing now.
Well, it's completely different.
I mean, J.R. Richard, 203, 291, 267, 275, and 292 innings.
Yeah, that's different. That's not happening today.
No way. Tyler White grounded out to third. J.R. Richard wound up having heart problems. I remember he said his arm sort of went dead. Nobody believed him. That was a bad piece of that story. Ended up being homeless for a while. Nolan Ryan, another classic here. Pitched here for many years, as well as he pitched over in Arlington for the Rangers. But
they're going to have some of the guys come back to town. They're having a home run derby, I think, on Sunday.
When I was talking to Biggio.
He's going to do it, right?
He said he's going to do it. He said he can't believe the way they make the bats. And I said, man, the quality of wood is unbelievable. I told he and Jeff Blum, don't get hurt, boys. Biggio's 52. He was killing Blum. Blum's 43. So Biggio says, I don't want to hear it. Any excuses?
That was a quick move.
We've said it time and again. He's one of the better athletes on the ball club. Well stroked. Cameron Maybin's got to play it on the hop. Gonzalez to third. Cutoff man Segura takes care of it. So here come the Astros. Runners at the corners here in the fifth in a scoreless ball game.
It's going to right in the middle of the plate at the knees. Looked like a cutter, able to square it up. Maybin had been shading towards right center field. Long single for White. Gonzalez, good speed, able to get around to third. So 2 innings in a row now where the Astros have had a runner in scoring position.
Maldonado struck out on an 0-2 pitch after fouling off a couple. Shows bunt, takes a strike. You seen a suicide squeeze or even a safety? I don't think we've seen one this year.
I don't think so.
Another lost part of baseball.
We've seen that, guys that are squaring around a bunt on their own, but nothing that a play has been put.
Right. Runner at third, Marwin Gonzalez. Long conversation with Gary Pettis, third base coach, while he redid his shoe. It's the bunt down. Leak. Flip to Zanino. Well done. They cut down the runner at home plate.
I have to tell you, that is a gift right there. I'm not sure what was going on with that play. I understand that the first time maybe you surprise somebody, but to do it in back-to-back, we were already talking about Mike and what an excellent fielder he is.
Right.
And it's a late break for Gonzalez. He doesn't have to go. He decides to. A little backhanded shovel, and he's out by a few feet. So real good opportunity for Mike to get out of this inning.
Double play will do him good and get out of it. Jake Maruznik flied out to right. It was not well executed offensively. Defensively, it was beautifully executed by the Mariners.
As far as sacrifice bunting goes, Houston in the middle of the pack, so they don't do a lot of it. That was on. They did it on their own right there. That was Maldonado, I think, all the way. Mike will take it.
Two-0 pitch. There's a strike. Fly ball to right, taking Haniger on the track. They'll get it back in. There's two down. White moves to third on the tag. Go back to that bunt by Maldonado.
He squares around early, and it's just out in front of home plate. So you can see Gonzalez wondering what's going to happen. So it definitely wasn't a squeeze play.
Nice job by Zunino. Putting that ball in the hand, protect it with the glove. Apply the tag, can't knock it out. Top of the order is Tony Kemp. 0 for 2. Strikeout looking. Ground out to D. Gordon at second. Runners at the corners here. Tapper foul. Straight up in the infield. Outfield not too deep for Kemp. Maybe a couple steps towards the left in center field. Kemp did a good job getting out of the way, and Zunino blocked it. Tyler White, he's at third. Maldonado at first.
See Mike Zunino on the backhanded play right off the heel of his glove. He probably lost sight of it because it was so far inside. Looked like it was a slider, maybe the cutter towards his back foot.
2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Kemp.
Another player that doesn't like the call on the high strike in tonight's game. We've seen this a number of times. He actually tries to duck underneath. And then he was shocked that it was called a strike.
Two balls, two strikes. Couple of men on the pitch. Oh, Mike thought he had it.
He tried it again. Why not?
Absolutely. 19th pitch of the inning. It's the most pitches in an inning tonight for Leake.
75 total, 48 strikes.
Something's got to give here. 3 and 2 runners at the corners. Pitch up the middle, base hit. Tony Kemp strikes again. 1-0 Astros. Maldonado digging for third and getting there on the slide. Tony Kemp hurt the Mariners last night. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run scored and a brilliant catch in right field. He drives in the first run of the ball game. It's his 24th ribby.
And I think you have to give him credit. This is a good pitch. Pitch on the outside corner at the knees. Mike trying to get the ground ball to get out of the inning. It's a ground ball, but it finds a hole. And the first run is scored.
Maldonado at third. Kemp with good speed at first. Brings up Alex Bregman. Comebacker to Leake and a base hit to left. It's out of play. Six man to the plate here in the 5th inning. That's some trouble. Off the fence, off the scoreboard as Span gets it back in. Double for Bregman. Two nothing for the Astros.
Mike set up in the middle of the plate, or middle in. As a fastball, a 2-seamer, able to get the barrel to it, lines it off the scoreboard. And Stottlemyre out at the mound.
Maldonado scores all the way to third. Kemp second and third. 2 outs.
Well, Correa is due up, and I'm sure they're going over the scouting report. He has a walk, and he struck out the last time. And Mike was able to get ahead with a number of cutters on the outer half of the plate, outside corner, then put him away with a slider off the plate, made him chase it. Let's see if he tries that again.
Big crowd here in
packed.
Houston. They had 34,976 giveaway night. These colorful uniforms, and these folks were lined up easily at 3 o'clock today. And I'm told, and I'm also getting reports that people saw folks here at 1 o'clock and as early as 7. Astros third in attendance behind the Yankees and the Angels. It is, after all, the 4th largest city in America. Ground ball, Seager, third, gobbles it up, throws across. That'll do it. But some work done by the Astros. They put a couple up on the board in the 5th inning. 2-0 lead. Harmon Killebrew becomes the 10th player to hit 500 home runs. What a great right-hand power hitter he was. Joining us right now, Ryan Rowland-Smith from our studios. And Ryan, your thoughts on this power right-hander, Garrett Cole, second time we're seeing him in a couple weeks.
Ryan, one of the things that I've been talking about tonight with him is pitching at the top of the strike zone, and he's done that more this year than he has in the past. So I think he's kind of figured it out. They're going to call it strikes. It's difficult to hit, and he knows it, especially when he's throwing 98. And right now, what are you thinking about Mike Leake?
Ryan, thanks so much, man. Good analysis on the pitching. We appreciate it. And we'll hear you on Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines with Angie Mente. Base hit by Maben. Here's Gordon. And at third, Bregman. Way upstairs, ball one.
Second time tonight that the Mariners have had their leadoff hitter on. Leadoff double by Cruz in the second inning. And now that base hit by Maben.
Second hit. And Bregman, boy, he's just creeping at third. Do you ahead in the count here, 2-0. First time up, he grounded out to Bregman at third. He did check his swing, said Nick Lentz, the third base umpire. 3-0.
Again, right at the top of the strike zone. Able to check his swing. We'll take right here.
4-pitch walk. Couple of men aboard. Tying runs are on base for Mitch Haniger, the Mariners' hottest hitter. First walk by Cole today. And again, some nice productivity at the bottom of the order. MLB At Bat is your #1 Mariners app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as the MLB TV Game of the Week, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. It's a great opportunity here. Base hit and a walk. And now Haniger. Chop foul. Pitch is popped up to the catcher. Grounded out to short. High fly ball up around the girders. It went into the girders, but ricocheted off the girders. Foul ball. Nick Lentz make the call immediately. Back-to-back nights. Well, we didn't see it last night because it was above our heads. This one we saw
it hit. Yeah, foul territory. AJ Hinch not so sure. Bregman
pleading his case.
Yeah. And it will be a foul ball.
Play on. 0-2 the count. Couple of men aboard, nobody out. Opportunity here for the Mariners after a Tony Kemp RBI single and an RBI double by Bregman. The Astros on the board. 2 runs on 4 hits. They left 2 in the 5th. There's your runners in scoring position. Batting average or numbers for tonight. Spike that in front. Maldonado, truly one of the really good catchers in the game, blocked that nicely. One-two to Mitch. Wasn't buying.
Buried a couple of sliders.
Mariners 13th in the major leagues, runners in scoring position. Coming into tonight's game, A.J. Hinch taking things in. Here's a pitch. And Haniger jumps on it. That's a base hit. That'll get down. Bounce off the wall. Maben scores easily. D will be stopped at third. RBI double. Mitch Haniger and the Mariners in business on the board at 2-1 with runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the sixth. Mitch Haniger's hot hitting. It continues. An RBI for Mitch's 75th, his 22nd double.
He was able to lay off of a couple of breaking balls away from him that were down, didn't chase him. And then he gets a fastball that he can handle. And it's great to have good speed on the bases. Maben scores easily. Gordon goes all the way around to third. Great setup for the Mariners.
Good two-strike hitting by Mitch. Here's Denard Span. Chance to tie or take the lead here. Bouncing ball. Here comes D. He's going to score. We got a tied ball game. Everybody's safe. RBI for Span, his 51st. He had 3 ribbies last night.
Good read by D. Gordon. When the ball was initially hit, he froze for a split second to see if it was going to get past Cole. Once he realized that it was going to, he took off.
He got back to full speed in a hurry, didn't he?
It doesn't take him long.
What a difference maker. Gene swings through. Segura tonight lined out to right field. And then Tony Kemp made a heck of a catch in left center field. Deep. Bunt popped it up. Cole on the case.
Tough to hit the ball on the ground when it's a fastball at the top of the strike zone.
Brings up Nelly.
Nelson hit a ball in the gap for a double and then struck out looking his last time up, and he was not happy about it. And some words for Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire.
Reddick, medium right field. Runners will hold. Because Nelly figured I'm not going to give Eddings or Cole a chance to get me.
Well, you can see him drop his head. He had a good pitch to hit. It was a fastball right in the middle of the plate and just missed it.
2 outs.
EQC tracer. See the location of that last pitch.
Kyle, a couple of strikeouts tonight. Cole has K'd 5, walked 1. With the 5 strikeouts, taking over the lead in the American League. 2-11. Inside, ball 1. th pitch of the inning. Kyle comes up empty.
Two fastballs to Kyle so far, 98, and that last one at 99 miles an hour.
There's Marisnik running after it, and he made that catch. Jake Marisnik, a game saver for Cole. He's greatly appreciative, but Kyle Seager just got robbed. The good news, the Mariners, 2 runs on 3 hits, leave a couple. New ball game at 2-2. We'll take a look at Jake. Flat out, go get it, got it. Nice play. Hill here a few years ago. Remember, he ran up the hill and just robbed somebody of extra base. Oh, Michael Saunders.
Saunders, you're right.
Michael Saunders killed one.
Well, that right there, that's as good as it gets. That ball is slicing away from him, and he literally catches it inches from the ground and able to hold on to it once he hits the ground to rob Kyle and the Mariners of a couple of runs right there.
No doubt. Haniger would have scored easily, and Span was flying. He was going to score from first. Reddick, Gurriel, and Gonzalez here. Healy takes care of it. Leak on the case. Well, this is a Mariners lead if he doesn't make this play.
Well, it's a pretty good swing by Kyle. Line drive slicing away from him, and then that is amazing. I'm going to disagree too. That catch probability at 38%. I think it has to be much lower than that.
Teens?
I would say so, yes.
I don't think I can rebut that. I think I'm with you on that one. Gurriel, breaking ball for a strike.
Pretty good curveball.
I see the Mariners fight back, get right back in at 2-2. We sent 7 men to the plate. Top half of this inning. Gurriel 0 for 2. Good breaking ball, foul.
Mariners coming back and scoring the 2 runs anyway. Big lift for Mike Leake. Gave up the 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Mariners are able to come right back and tie this game up.
Right to D. Gordon. Two away. Couple ground balls. Members from all branches of our nation's military receive a special 10% discount off select seats at all games this season. Simply show a valid military ID at Safeco Field box office to secure your savings. Special offer is brought to you by EQC. Quick 2 outs in the 6th. Marwin Gonzalez, 2 base hits to right field. Been thrown out on the base paths twice too. Once by Zunino, once by Leak. He tried to score in a safety squeeze. Leak off the mound quickly to his left. The backhand flip to Zunino, and they hit Gonzalez by about 5 or 6 feet. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. They have left 3 men on. 2 runs, 7 hits, and they've left 4 for Houston. Good to see Leak pitching in here in the 6th inning. We've told you many times, dating back to spring training, he's an old soul. He was was it Bronson Arroyo, I think, helped bring him up in with Cincinnati. Mike prides himself in getting deep into ball games regularly.
Well, he's now at 90 pitches, 61 strikes overall. Season high is 103.
You kidding me? Marwin Gonzalez just continues to rake against the Mariners. My goodness. He came in a .310 career hitter against the Mariners. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, it just seems he puts it in play. It's a base hit.
When you put together an all-opponent team, he's on it, all right? Okay. You don't even have to think about it. He's on it and put him anywhere. Unreal. Fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest is almost over. Root Sports is going to be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Washington throughout the month of August. Send us a photo and store in our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. I've mentioned Gonzalez's name to other broadcast friends in the business, and yeah. I said, what do you mean, yeah? He's killing us.
Marwin came into the game hitting .239 overall.
There you go. .310 career against the Mariners. My goodness. 2 home runs in a game in one of the tilts back in Seattle last time they were in. They went 1 for 4 last night.
Tyler White with a base hit his last time up. Ended up scoring a run.
Two outs, man at first, 2-1 count. 3-1. White coming off a fine performance last night, 2 for 4, 2 runs, knocked in 2. Homered in the 9th against Edwin Diaz, a solo blast. Texas, top of the 8th, 10-5 lead at Yankee Stadium. Boston's rallied, bottom 6 to take an 11-9 lead at Baltimore. Two. A's are at the Angels at 10:07 Pacific time start. It's important now to get right here. 2 outs. Runner at first in a 2-2 game. RBIs by Kemp and Bregman put the Astros on top in the 5th. Mariners come right back. RBIs by Haniger and Span. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, hitting over. No runs, a hit. No errors, and 1 man left. 2-2 as we go to the 7th. Angie, thank you. Mike Zunino leads off against Garrett Cole. Quick correction. A's at the Angels 7:07 Pacific time.
I think Mike Leake now is at 98 pitches, so the bullpen starting to get loose.
Adam Warren's out there. Nasty breaking ball there by Garrett Cole. Zunino tonight strikeout looking and a ground out to short. Zunino, Healy, and Maben 6, 7, and 8. Both teams had their 1 and 2 hitters, Kemp and Bregman, Haniger and Span, all driven in runs tonight. Al Stoudemire Jr., Aaron's pitching coach with Leake. Two. 98 up top, missed, full count. It's a wild games going on. Texas now 12-5 at the Yankees. Red Sox just put up a 6 spot and lead 11-10 against Baltimore, who quickly rallied after the 6 spot. They put up 2 themselves. Breaking ball up the middle. Here comes Gonzalez. Easy flip. One down here in the 7th. Make sure you join us tomorrow for exciting MLS matchup action. Tune in at 8 p.m. Pacific. Portland Timbers host the Vancouver Whitecaps. And then stay tuned after the match for our live postgame show. The local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com.
Ryan Healy 0 for 2. Ground out the third and a strikeout swinging.
Cole 5 strikeouts, 1 walk tonight.
A lot of that to Ryan, a lot of breaking balls. Started him off with a slider, borderline top of the zone. Ryan didn't think so.
One. 3 infielders on the left side for Healy. Bregman on the backhand. Got a strong run. First time we've seen him plant his feet. Good strong throw, 2 down. It is Legends weekend here, and that is the great Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, 76 years old. He's one of the stars of the Colt 45s when this franchise fired up. In voting to get the funds for the Astrodome. Look out.
Curveball got away from him.
I needed the requisite votes. They had to appeal to the black community and said, listen, we will not segregate the Astrodome. And votes came in, funds were approved, and part of the story of the dome, and it got built. Cameron Maben, right field, fighting the lights is Reddick. And Garrett Cole, 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Score tied at 2. Just imagine what you can do with a win from Washington's lottery play today. Good to see the Mariner fans down here in Houston. Second game of 4 against the first place and defending world champions. Night is done for Mike Leake. He acquitted himself quite nicely tonight.
I thought he really pitched well tonight. 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 97 pitches. Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. Brings us Adam Warren. 27 appearances on the year. ERA just over 3, 40 strikeouts, and 32 innings of work. Opponents hitting just .236 against Adam. His average fastball, 92 miles an hour. Slider changeup.
Adam Warren's going to get 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Astros. Maldonado, Marisnik, and Kemp here in the home 7th. 2-2 ball game. Astros, after scoreless first 4 innings, 2 runs in the 5th. RBIs by Kemp and Bregman batting out of the 1 and 2 holes. And then top of the order for the Mariners came through. Haniger with an RBI double, and Span followed with an RBI single. First pitch, and fouled off. Maldonado tonight. Strikeout, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Swing. Miss 0-2.
Good slider on the outside corner.
Maldonado, a career 0 for 2 against Warren. There it is. Fastball missed. Two pitch fouled off. Adam pitched 4 days ago. Texas. Gave up a hit, a couple of runs, walked 1. Center field right at Maben. One away. Bring up Jake Marisnik. Twice flied out to Haniger in right field. He's career 1 for 3 against Warren.
You mentioned he's had his struggles offensively, but he's been the difference in the game on the catch that he made on Kyle Seager. Cost the Mariners at least a couple of runs.
No doubt about it. There's 2 outs and a 1-1 pitch, and he comes running in and makes just this fabulous running catch left center field on the dive. Clearly Haniger and Span would have scored had it gone by him. One to Marisnik. Fourth game this month. Coming over from the Yankees for Adam Warren. Check with Joe West. He says no. Adam Warren out of Birmingham, Alabama. Played his college ball at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, as did Kyle Seager. Down the line. That is a fair ball. Bouncing around out there. Span will retrieve, and Marisnik a one-out double here in the 7th. His 7th two-base hit of the season.
Well, Adam Warren trying to pitch him away, and it was fastball slider the entire time, and it ended up being a slider. This time he leaves it in the middle of the plate. That is a fair ball. An easy double, but now AJ Hinch out of the dugout, going around first base. He hurt himself. I think it was his back.
Ooh, yeah. He doesn't want to come, but they're going to take him out. Clearly he's not at 100%.
Kind of reached for first base, slipped a little bit. His strides weren't quite right, and right there I think he felt something. Yep.
Smart move to get him out. Derek Fisher.
You have to wonder if maybe that diving catch had something to do with it also.
Derek Fisher comes in. He'll take over. A one-out runner at second brings up Tony Kemp, who delivered a two-out RBI single 5th inning on a 3-2 pitch against Mike Leake. That is just foul. Seager in on the cut at third. Segura shading up the middle. Outfield not real deep. One-one to Kemp. Warren ready with the 1-1 pitch. In there. 1-2.
Pretty good slider on the outside corner. One thing too with Kemp from last night to tonight, he has sprayed the ball around to it all over the place.
Tough to defend. Ball and 2 strikes. Swing the bat so well, AJ Hinch moved him from the 9-hole to a leadoff spot. Kemp leads all 9-hole hitters with a .345 batting average and an OP on base percentage of .427. So AJ says, hey man, get you at the top. 2-2.
Hitting .301 on the year.
Two-two pitch. He was able to check his swing. So another full count.
Yeah, it was close, and it was a good play by Mike. Keep the ball in front of him.
Third time Kemp has worked a full count. He struck out looking in the first. RBI single in the 5th. On the night, 1 for 3. Sellout crowd here at Minute Maid Park. The 3-2 pitch to Kemp. Breaking ball popped up.
Didn't want to give in to him with the fastball. Comes back with the slider that was middle of the plate but elevated.
on in relief of Mike Leake. Payoff pitch. Chop foul.
Another breaking ball. He stayed away from the fastball. It was a first pitch fastball to Kemp on the inside corner. He turned on it. It was just foul. But since then, it's been a steady diet of the breaking ball. And here's another one.
$41,236 on hand. The 11th sellout this season here at Minute Maid Park. Warren very deliberate. He's got a 3-2 pitch for Tony Kemp. Here it is, and hit foul.
And another slider.
That was the 8th pitch. I'll do sad bat. Tony Kemp, tough hombre. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs last night, an RBI tonight.
And a pretty good battle. Should be the 9th pitch.
Lost it. Couple fast runners out there. Mariners had first and second. Mariners need another double play. They got out of 4th inning trouble with the double play. Mariners Team Store Fan Dream Stakes contest that's going on right now. And when you stop by any of the 5 Mariner Team stores to sign up, you're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes, including Mariners apparel, a photo with a player, or even the chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by Mariners Team Store to enter. Stoudemire Jr. popping out of the dugout real quick to talk to Adam Warren.
Yep, going to try to buy some time. Left-hander getting loose in the pen. It looks like it might be Pazos out there. There's James, just started throwing. Only the second warm-up pitch for him. Typically doesn't take a lot of time. And now trying to buy as much as he possibly can.
Used up his time.
Pazos is getting ready for Reddick. Bregman now, Correa on deck, and then it'll be Reddick, the left-handed hitter.
The 1 out, runners at first and second. Tight situation here. Bregman 2 for 3. Last 2 times up an RBI double in the 5th. A single to left in the 4th. First pitch. Slider for strike. Bregman team leader in RBIs with 71. Picked that 72 with that RBI in the 5th. Haniger will take care of this. Important out. Now you get another one.
Correa, very good hitter, dangerous hitter, but again, just off the disabled list. Today is his first day back.
Went on the DL June 26th. He's 5th on the team in RBIs. Walk, strikeout, ground out. Breaking ball here is Gene Segura. Short way. Great job, Adam Warren. Get out of that jam. Nicely done as we go to the 8th in a 2-2 ball game. aboard. Here's a diving catch by Jake Marisnik. It saved 2 runs, and it shut down the Mariners' rally. They had scored 2 to tie it, and that would have put them in front. And Cole exalts as well. He should. And major appreciation shown to Marisnik. He may have wrenched his back on that. He further aggravated it on the double that he had in the 7th. So Derek Fisher taking over in center field.
And for Cole, he's now at 82 pitches, 56 strikes.
Gordon leading off. Gordon, Haniger, and Span 9-1 and 2. Alex Bregman has a pretty good idea what kind of gum D might have chewing tonight. I know he's got the mouth guard in, but Alex is really close at third. Breaking ball. D tonight, ground out the third, walked and scored. Got umpire Eddings.
Cole still has the good fastball at 97 miles an hour. That was right on the inside corner. Love to get D on the base pass, leading this inning off. Something that Scott talked about yesterday when he made the lineup in the change and everything went well. But he also said once you get through it the first time, you have D hitting 9th, so really doesn't matter at that point. And right here's a good opportunity.
Bunt. It's a beauty. Maldonado, what a cannon, throws him out. What a play.
Well, with 2 strikes, Bregman had moved back, and D tried it with 2 strikes, was able to keep it fair, but just a great play by Maldonado, the catcher. Drops it down right about there. I thought maybe he was going to have a hit, but picks it up cleanly with the bare hand and then throws a strike to first.
He and Salvi Perez, maybe the 2 best arms. Zunino, 3 of the best arms catching.
Yeah, I think so in the American League. You bet.
Here's Haniger, RBI double, 6th inning. He's 1 for 3.
Mitch had a double, hit it down the left field corner and drove in a run. And in the 6th inning.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Cole. Ryan Presley warming up for the Astros.
Ooh. Well, it's one of the few times he didn't get the call on the high fastball. 99 miles an hour. He has called that a strike all night. Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire, but didn't give it to him right there. Another opportunity for Mitch.
Ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2.
Cole at 91 pitches. His season high is 112.
There's Presley. Breaking ball, he hung it. Mitch drills it off the scoreboard. Dig it for 2. Here's a throw from Camp. He is in there. A 1-out double for Mitch Haniger here in the 8th. 2 doubles tonight for Mitch. 23 on the season.
And the swing by Mitch on a breaking ball. It's in the middle of the plate, lines it off the fence, and you have to hustle. Kemp getting it in quickly. And by Cole not getting the call on that high fastball, a couple pitches later, there's a double, gets himself into scoring position. Denard Kemp, one of the hotter hitters.
Span with an infield hit and an RBI, 1 for 3 tonight. There you go, base hit center field. Mitch got a slow start. He'll get the stop sign from Brocious as Fisher gets it back in. Base hit, Denard Span, 1 out. Runners at the corners for the Mariners, top 8.
And Span being aggressive. Jay Hinch out of the dugout. He's going to get Presley out of the bullpen.
So the Mariners chase Cole here in the 8th, bid to take the lead. 2-2 ball game. We're back right after this. Not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Good FaceTime for some Mariner fans here in Houston. Big crowd here, 41,236, the 11th sellout as we look at Ryan Presley, who takes over, coming over from Minnesota.
55 appearances on the year, a 3.27 ERA. At 52 and a 30, has 74 strikeouts, 19 walks, bone sitting 240. He's getting up 6 home runs this year. Fastball, slider, curveball. His average fastball at 96 miles an hour. So a hard throwing right-hander. And we'll get Gene Segura.
Came over on July 27th from the Twins for Jorge Alcala and Gilberto Celestino, a couple of minor leaguers. Infield about halfway. Oh, that hit him and the bases are loaded.
Hopefully he's okay. And now Scott Service out of the dugout. Rob Nodine.
Gene had lined out to right, robbed and left by Kemp. Tried to bunt his way on and popped out.
Mara Supermo, it's a pretty good fastball, 95 miles an hour, hits him right on the back of the hand.
That's how the Mariners lost Robbie to an injury, and then of course the suspension.
I was hoping it was on the tricep. That's going to hurt, but it's always dangerous when it hits you on the hand or the wrist. Hit like that, it takes a little bit of time just to get your strength back. And when he's going to stay in the game, that's a good sign. Nelson Cruz is due up. Garrett Cole, terrific stuff tonight. 7 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 93 pitches for him. Responsible for 2 of the base runners.
Good situation for the Mariners. 1 out, bases loaded. Nelson Cruz. Haniger, Span, and Segura. Good wheels out there. Nelly 0 for 5 career against Presley. Oh, he tried to give it a ride. Left groin discomfort for Marisnik, the reason he left.
Nice career with the bases loaded. 307, 9 grand slams for Nelson.
10's a nice number. One out. 2-2 ball game. Fouled off.
TQC Tracer had it in the middle of the plate at 96 miles an hour.
Big battle here. Nelly thinking about it. Oh, 2 pitch. Way upstairs from Presley. 29 years old out of Dallas. Sixth year in the big league for Presley, and Nelly trying to do some damage right here. 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
Presley has a good fastball tonight. The last fastball at 97 miles an hour. Seager waiting on deck. Nobody getting loose. Houston's bullpen.
Base is full of Mariners. A 2-2 pitch to Nelson Cruz. Full count. Animo 2.
Works it all the way back to full and missed badly with that slider, so probably going to challenge him with a fastball. He has a good fastball tonight. He's been 95 to 97.
Glad to see Nelly turn something around, whether it be a breaking ball or a fastball. 1 out, bases loaded, 2-2 game. See what gives here. 3-2 pitch to Cruz. Swung on and drilled deep to left center field. A lot of carry. Giddy up. Hits off the wall. Here comes Haniger. Here comes Span. Segura to third. He'll get the stop. Nelson Cruz coming up big with a 2-run double. Mariners with a 4-2 lead.
And Nelson thinking the exact same thing. He wasn't close with a couple of sliders in that situation with the bases loaded. Had to challenge him. And there you go. Fastball right in the middle of the plate. He barreled it up, lined it off the fence in left center.
Beautiful thing. The big man turns it loose. Segura got the third. And now Seager. RBI opportunity.
This is the first time we've seen the shift on and the infield pulled in.
Good call. Wide open left side of the infield.
Started Kyle off with the breaking ball for a strike.
Good stop by Maldonado on a pitch down and in. Marin RBIs tonight. Haniger, Span, and 2 by Cruz. Gene Pierce be okay after getting hit by a pitch. One to Kyle. Fouled it off his foot. Presley touched up here. There's 2 runs charged to Cole.
Alex Colomé ready to go in the pen.
Colin McHugh warming up for the Stros. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Seager. Couple of men aboard. And right into the shift. And Gonzalez doesn't have a play. He did a goalie split there to make the play. Scoring is Segura. Mariners have a 5-2 lead. RBI Seager.
Well, second and third with 1 out, and they go on the contact play. So Segura breaks right away, and because Gonzalez, as Dave said, went to the ground, no chance to throw him out. As soon as he puts it in play, Segura takes off. That's a contact play. That picks up an extra run for the Mariners.
Here's Zunino with Cruz at third. Swing and a miss. RBI for Seager, 62nd. In tight. Foul back. Good 8th inning for the Mariners. Nino looking for his first hit tonight. Strikeout looking, 2 groundouts. Cruz at third. And Mike's gone. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. Good inning for the Mariners. A bullet. Bases loaded double by Nelson Cruz. Couple RBIs for him tonight, gives him 75 on the season. Kyle Seager with a RBI ground out gives him 62 on the season. Mariners 5-2 lead here at Houston. Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor the BNSF Blast. Mariners having a blast this game here. Get 5 runs on the board here against the Houston Astros. Good stuff here now. Get to the back end of the Mariner pen. Alex Colomé has been sensational, and he's looking to hand it off to Eddie Diaz.
52 appearances for him, a 3.24 ERA, 51 strikeouts, over 15 walks. That's in 50 innings of work. Opponents hitting .235 against Alex. His fastball will be in the mid to upper 90s with a hard slider. This slider will be 90 to 92 miles an hour.
Colomé with a nice run, an active 16 2/3 scoreless streak dating back to June 30th. In that span, 1-0, 11 holds, 18 Ks, 5 walks, and 16 games.
Look at the middle of the lineup. Reddick will lead things off. Guriel Gonzalez due up.
Strike one to Reddick. Reddick 1 for 6 against Alex. Going 2. Reddick tonight, a ground out to second, base hit to right, and a ground out to first. Infield swung around way to the right. Look out. 1-2. Paxton did a nice job last night moving guys off the plate, the right-handers.
That's something you mentioned, the run that Alex has been on, and that's something we've seen quite a bit over the last few weeks from him when he comes in. He wants to open up the outer half of the plate, and to do that you have to stand some guys up, and then he's done it often.
Good heater. Reddick gone, 1 out. Nice work by Colomé.
And we'll take a look at it down out of the strike zone, gets him to chase it. 90 miles an hour. Just disappeared on Reddick. He was frustrated by it.
Yuli Gurriel 0 for 3. Gurriel 1 for 3 against Alex. That's a doggone good formula for the Mariners. Just the way they had it scoped out when they got Colomé. Get the ball to he in the 8th and Eddie D in the 9th. With the lead. Uh-oh, that's crushed. Hook, baby, hook, and it did.
And he was out in front of a slider. Clearly foul.
Boston Red Sox 19-10 on Baltimore, top 8 in Baltimore. Yikes. 1-1 pitch. Another slugfest. Man, that's amazing. Wow.
Where's that at?
At Baltimore.
Yeah.
Boy's going to work. Texas blasted the Yankees 12-7 at Yankee Stadium. Atlanta busted out the whooping stick as well at home, 10-1 over Milwaukee. 1-2.
There it is. This should be a slider down out of the strike zone now.
As a child who grew up watching baseball in the 60s, that's just Friday night.
Ball 2. Yeah. Mike set up, down and away.
Broke his bat, ground ball to Gene.
On the slider.
Just got him. Good hustle up that line there by Gurriel. 2 outs. Here in the 8th, coming up, what's next? Wade LeBlanc goes against Charlie Morton.
Another good pitching matchup.
I'll say, in contrast too, just like today. Wade excels at the softer and softest.
Yeah, I think his average fastball this year is 87, and Charlie's probably 97.
Charlie, his fastball numbers have gone up considerably since his days in Philly and Pittsburgh. 2 outs in the 8th. Marwin Gonzalez 3 for 3. Seager in on the grass. Gonzalez 1 for 3 against Colomé. If you're just joining us, I said uh-oh because Gonzalez wears out the Mariners at a .310 clip entering tonight. He's added to that.
We had a note on Jake Marisnik, by the way. It was a left groin.
Yes, they've retired Marwin Gonzalez for the first time tonight. Colomé gets it done with 10 pitches to get his 3 outs. That means it'll be sugar time in the 9th a little bit later. 5-2 Mariners. All right, Ryan Healy, ground ball to Bregman. Throws him out. New pitcher is Colin McHugh, and Mike, his career numbers against the Mariners: 9-3 in 15 games, 13 starts, a 3.75 ERA.
They can really spin it. One of the better curveballs you're going to see. 39 appearances, ERA this year at 1. That's right, it's at a 1.
Wow.
70 strikeouts in 54 innings. Opponents hitting just 143 against him. His average fastball at 92 miles an hour. He'll mix in a slider with that great curveball.
He got squeezed out of the rotation with the addition of Morton.
You're right.
There's Maben flying out to Fisher. 2 down. Edwin Diaz warming up. World champion Astros of A.J. Hinch. Better record on the road. Look at that, 41-18. And almost 6 runs a game. ERA is outstanding as opposed to their home numbers. D. Gordon, strike 1. It's 41 road wins, the most in the big leagues. Breaking ball. 2-1. They got Morton, McCullers, Cole, Verlander, and Keuchel. And McHugh had been outstanding. There's Eddie. McHugh got pushed into the bullpen. Most wins in his career, 9, and they're against the Mariners.
And there's the curveball, and he's pitched well in the bullpen again, an ERA of 1.
Good take by D. Full count. Mariners put 2 on the board in the 6th, entering a 2-spot put up in the 5th by the Astros, and then took the lead with 3 in the 8th. Kemp was right there on the spot. 8 pitches for Colin McHugh. Here we go. 9th inning, ladies and gentlemen. It is sugar time. 5-2 Mariners. Mariners 1-2 at Texas, trying to go 2-0 here at Houston. There's your line score. They come back in the 6th inning, built the lead, or took the lead in the 8th, and now they turn it over to the intergalactic save leader, Edwin Diaz.
What a year he is having. 56 appearances, 43 saves, ERA just over 2, 94 strikeouts in 56 innings. Opponents hitting 155, upper 90s fastball, and a hard slider.
He's got the bottom 3rd of the order. Tyler White, Martin Maldonado, and Derek Fisher. Eddie D last night at 3, 4, 5, and 6. He went strikeout, strikeout, home run, and strikeout to end last night's 8-6 victory. Diaz a quick worker, and here we go. Good heat. Strike 1. Evan Gaddis on deck. He'll do some pinch hitting. Right with a homer last night against Eddie. Another strike. I think he's going to save the slider against him tonight.
Well, it's been 2 fastballs so far. Make it 3.
Got it out of there.
Well located on the corner. Typically with Eddie, when the team is up 3 runs and he's trying to get the save, he will be more aggressive with his fastball, not as many sliders.
Breaking ball struck him out, 1 down.
4 fastballs in a row, and then the slider. Well located slider as a key.
Yeah, much better than last night.
This is going to be right on the corner. Evan Gaddis is going to pinch it. A hit from Maldonado.
Gaddis 0 for... Gaddis 1 for 6 against Diaz. High fly ball center field. Maybe no problem. 2 down. First at bat for Derek Fisher. Took over for Jake Marisnik, who had to leave the game because of an injury.
And they will play him straight up.
2 outs, nobody on. 5-2 Mariners, way outside, ball 1. First time Fisher seeing Edwin Diaz. Look out. Alex Cintron, glad he was paying attention.
Paying attention, and he was down the line.
Yeah, right? He was way down. Good point.
Might back up a little bit further.
1-1. Two balls, 1 strike, shift on here. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Astros down to their last strike. Diaz ready. There we go, 2-2. Foul back.
He's challenged him in the middle of the plate with the last 2 pitches, both of them 96 miles an hour.
See what Zunino wants. There we go, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Diaz for the put away. Got it. Game over. Mariners win 5-2. They're 2-0 here in Houston. They take the first 2 games of this series, and the boys are bouncing back nicely.
Well, I think the first thing, Mike Leake really pitched well today, holding down the Houston Astros so that the Mariners offense could get on track up against a very good pitcher in Garrett Cole. And again, you look at this lineup change thing that's happening. Both Maben and Gordon at the bottom of the lineup score a couple of runs. Haniger, Span, Segura also score, and Nelson Cruz, of course, drives in a couple.
I don't know about you, Mike, but I think that lineup lives for another day.
I think they will run that lineup out there tomorrow against Charlie Morton.
You betcha. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Good win tonight. 5-2 Mariners. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie and Ryan.